Good morning everybody, welcome back to the channel, Fishing AT, and I'm back at Ogmore Deeps, primarily because there's a very strong easterly wind blowing today. It's Tuesday, September the 5th, it's 6:30 in the morning, and with the easterly wind, it's like 12 to 15 mile an hour, you're actually, because of the way this mark faces, it basically comes over the back of you, over the top of your head. So the sea is pretty flat, so you don't have it in your face. Yeah, so I had a choice of a couple of marks really. Could have gone over towards Clevedon, similar sort of layout really in terms of the way the mark faces, but obviously there's a lot more up and down on a big tide. We've got a 11 o'clock high, so high is about 4.5 hours time. First casts are out, usual tactics here. 5-foot pulley pennels with sand eel and squid and prawn and squid on the traces, and yeah, the plan is today is to fish up to high. It's forecasted to get very hot. It's up to about 27 this afternoon, so I'm probably going to fish to high and maybe a couple of hours max on the air because it'll probably just be too hot. We'll see how things go. And basically just when I fished here a couple of weeks ago, on the video I had a few small-eyed rays, a couple of congers and a gurnard, so hopefully we can have something similar today, but who knows, because I blanked last week down at Marcross, so any fish today would be a bonus. So tidal wise, as I said, high tide is 11 o'clock, that's 9.2 metres on Porthcawl scale, and low tide this morning was 1.5. So we've got about, whatever that is, 7.7 metre, almost 8 metre tidal range. So quite a lot of exposed rock in front of a lot of the marks here at Ogmore Deeps this morning. But obviously as the tide comes in, first couple of hours you generally can fish probably most of the length of the deeps here. Got a couple of guys just turned up alongside me. They've got a bit more rock, exposed rock in front of them compared to me here. So it's a nice spot, this end point where I fished a couple of weeks ago, because primarily you've got, although you're high up, you may be 20 feet above the water, you're basically straight down into it, so you don't have to navigate any rocks or gullies in front of you to bring the fish in. Just a word about the sort of cleanliness of the mark. You expect to find sort of lots of smashed up peeler crabs and bits of odd cast off bait, but you don't expect to find newspapers, bait packets and all line, everything here that I've picked up off the mark this morning. It's pretty disgusting, and also managed to get a couple of reels of elastic and a nice, looks like 3-up flapper rig as well. So yeah, just, you know, for a sport that's pretty unregulated, sea angling, we don't do a good job at times in actually advertising ourselves in the best possible manner. So come on guys, it's easy enough. It's not as if there aren't rubbish bins here where we park, just to take your rubbish, your bait rubbish back and your plastic litter home with you. Thanks guys. Well, it's 8:30, been fishing a couple of hours, really quiet, no bites whatsoever. There's a bait, that's double sand eel and squid, pretty much what I was fishing a couple of weeks ago. That's been in the water 40 minutes, untouched. So 3 other anglers fishing here, haven't seen any fish caught. So it's about 2.25 hours to high tide, so fingers crossed things might switch on. The wind has turned round a little bit more southerly in it now, so it's actually coming across us a bit more. So I've got a little bit of drone footage, but got the wind warning come up on the drone because it's too windy when it gets at height. So that'll be limited drone footage I think today, unless I fly it very low and very close. Got a bite on the right hand rod. Right time. And there we go, a small-eyed ray, small-eyed. So yeah, so he took a prawn and squid pulley on a dongle rig. So just a baby, a couple of pounds. Let's put him back in. Oh, that's great to get off the mark finally after 3 hours of fishing. It's about an hour and a quarter to high water. First bite, good positive bite. Hopefully that came out on the video. And actually, as I said, he was taking on a prawn and squid, actually pulley pennel, actually it was, but a relatively short trace, only about a 3 foot trace, which I tend to like to try and use slightly longer ones for a ray. But yeah, he came to a short trace. Fingers crossed for the rest of the session. I just bought this trace that was in the water for about 40 minutes, and I managed to hook a little, looks like the front end of a hermit crab. There you go. He might go back on as a little bit of a aperitif on a tip of bait off. It's about an hour to high tide. Still quiet. That wind is gusting quite strong now. But fingers crossed we can get something else other than the small-eyed ray. So as I said, rigs today, it's just what I've been using in a lot of the recent videos. Reasonable tide, so I've got a Gemini 210 gram lead, new batch of leads that I've made this week. I've got a Gemini splashdown with a link swivel. I got a 100-pound ASSO main body. This is a 5 foot pulley length. Got a bead, pulley bead, and a size 2 cedar swivel. And then all my traces today are 50-pound amnesia. And this one's culminating in 2 Varivas. I'm not sure whether they're 2.0 or 3.0 hooks. I'm still flicking between dongle and the classic pulley pennel, but so this one is just two hooks, bit of tubing on the top hook just to hold it closer to the line, and that was the rig. Essentially, I got that small-eyed on. What's high tide? Very quiet, just the one fish, and of the 6 rods that are fishing here, that's the only fish I've seen. One guy's already packed up and gone, a couple more have come. Very quiet. Trying lots of different bait combinations now just to see if they're taking a whole squid, trying big bluey baits just to see what if there's anything there. What a contrast for 2 weeks ago when we had a lot of fish here. Similar sort of tide, timing of the tide, height of the tide. Same baits, same tactics, same mark. Just really, we just got this sort of easterly, southeasterly wind that's pushing through quite hard now. So whether that's the difference, I don't know. Anyway, keep trying on. Probably going to fish for a couple of hours, or until it gets too hot. That sun is out. The breeze is nice, but obviously just got to be careful. Probably get sunburn, even though I've got cream on. With the wind, you don't notice that you're getting burnt. Oh, well, wasn't a session I'd expected. Thought it'd be more like what I had a couple of weeks ago here. It's 2 hours after low water, and still just the one bite and the one fish, the small-eyed ray. Lost 3 traces in snags on 4 casts. Not using a rotten bottom because normally everything's okay here. So just around the top of the tide, and as the tide was turning. So I'm not sure what happened there. Still, as always, next time, next week, week after, and the week after that. So unless I catch something, this will be a wrap. And thanks for everyone who's been watching. Thanks to those who like and subscribe. Keep the comments coming on. And we'll see you all again soon. Take care now, everyone. Bye now. Bye.